These words come to you from those who, up to the day of the invasion, were struggling to survive under the sanctions imposed by the criminal regimes of the US and Britain. We are simple people who chose principles over fear. We have suffered crimes and sanctions, which we consider the true weapons of mass destruction. Years and years of agony and despair, while the condemned UN traded with our oil revenues in the name of world stability and peace. Over 2 million innocents died waiting for a light at the end of a tunnel that only ended with the occupation of our country and the theft of our resources. After the crimes of the administrations of the US and Britain in Iraq, we have chosen our future, the future of every resistance struggle ever in the history of man. It is our duty, as well as our right, to fight back the occupying forces, which their nations will be held morally and economically responsible for what their elected governments have destroyed and stolen from our land. We have not crossed the oceans and seas to occupy Britain or the US, nor are we responsible for 9/11. These are only a few of the lies that these criminals present to cover their true plans for the control of the energy resources of the world in face of a growing China and a strong unified Europe. It is ironic that the Iraqis are to bear the full face of this large and growing conflict on behalf of the rest of this sleeping world. We thank all those, including those of Britain and the US, who took to the streets in protest against this war and against globalism. We also thank France, Germany and other states for their position, which, least to say, are considered wise and balanced till now. Today, we call on you again. We do not require arms or fighters, for we have plenty. We ask you to form a worldwide front against war and sanctions, a front that is governed by the wise and knowing, a front that will bring reform and order, new institutions that would replace the now corrupt. Stop using the US dollar, use the euro or a basket of currencies. Reduce or halt your consumption of British and US products. Put an end to Zionism before it ends the world. Educate those in doubt of the true nature of this conflict, and do not believe their media, for their casualties are far higher than they admit. We only wish we had more cameras to show the world their true defeat. The enemy is on the run. They are in fear of a resistance movement they cannot see nor predict. We now choose when, where and how to strike. And as our ancestors drew the first marks of civilization, we will redefine the word conquest. Today, we write a new chapter in the arts of urban warfare. Know that by helping the Iraqi people, you are helping yourselves, for tomorrow may bring the same destruction to you. And helping the Iraqi people does not mean kneeling to the Americans for a few contracts here and there. You must continue to isolate their strategy. This conflict is no longer considered a localized war, nor can the world remain hostage to the never-ending and regenerated fear that the American people suffer from in general. We will pin them here in Iraq to drain their resources, manpower and their will to fight. We will make them spend as much as they steal, if not more. We will disrupt, then halt the flow of our stolen oil, thus rendering their plans useless. And the earlier a movement is born, the earlier their fall will be. And to the American soldiers, we say, you can also choose to fight tyranny with us. Lay down your weapons and seek refuge in our mosques, churches and homes. We will protect you, and we will get you out of Iraq, as we have done with a few others before you. Go back to your homes, families and loved ones. This is not your war, nor are you fighting for a true cause in Iraq. And to George W. Bush, we say, you have asked us to bring it on, and so have we, like never expected. Have you another challenge?